Hi and welcome to Commonly Asked Questions Part 1, featuring Autisticliving.tumblr.com. Today we'll look at the question, I think I might be autistic. This is a hard question for many different reasons. First thing first, I can't tell you whether or not you're autistic. I don't know you and I'm not a medical professional. I can look at the traits you describe and I can look at your reasoning for why you think you might be autistic, and out from that I can say that you may be or possibly are autistic. But I cannot tell you whether or not you are in fact autistic. Finding out whether or not you're autistic takes a lot of time and research. You can't just read a checklist and decide whether it sounds like you. That will not give you the knowledge you need to decide whether or not you're autistic. Instead, take your time and research the many different aspects of autism. Learn about the many terms used in the autistic communities such as shutdowns, meltdowns, sensory processing disorder, stimming, executive dysfunction and special interests. Read about how they are defined, read about how other autistic people describe and experience them, and find out how the many different autistic traits are and aren't a part of you in your life. You don't have to read any long medical texts. There are many shorter texts and videos by autistic individuals that you can find and use. Autism is a big, diverse subject, and if you plan to find out whether you're autistic, you need to take the time to research and understand the many different parts of autism and how they might be expressed in autistic individuals. When researching autism, it's very important to listen to autistic people. There are many autism-related organizations run by people who aren't autistic, and many of them have a warped and incorrect view of what autism is and what being autistic is like. Instead of just Googling autism, find blogs, videos, writings, articles and organizations made and run by autistic people. We are out there. Finding the information you're looking for can be hard, so I have included a bunch of links in the description of this video. It's important to remember that while you think you're autistic, that might not be the case, and it's important to be open for other possible explanations. There are many mental illnesses and developmental disorders with comorbid and similar symptoms, and what you think looks like autism might actually be sensory processing disorder, schizophrenia, social anxiety or ADHD. Research the possibility that you might be autistic all you want, but don't automatically deny the possibility that there might be another explanation for what you experience. There's no shame in thinking that you're autistic, researching it, and finding out that it's actually something else. It's only good that you come to understand yourself better, even if the explanation doesn't lie with the diagnosis you first identified yourself with. In finding out whether you're autistic, remember to look at your childhood. Autistic people are autistic their whole life, and many autistic people learn to repress certain autistic traits and learn to mimic neurotypicals, so autistic traits that you don't currently have or which you don't remember experiencing might have been present or been more obvious during your childhood. If you don't remember yourself, ask people who knew you during your childhood. That could be parents, siblings, other family members, childhood friends, teachers, etc. You don't have to specifically mention autism, since that makes many people defensive, but you can and should ask about individual autistic traits.